Yo, we're back again with another video, and this time it's about Big Soulja. What is he up to this time? Is he beefing with the Waynes? Nope. Soulja Boy ordered to pay 4 million in sexual assault kidnapping case. Crazy, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. When this case came up, I thought he would walk it. I think it's that maybe his word against hers, and I thought he had a good lawyer. He can probably walk this case, but clearly not. Clearly this guy is the neck. He's like a young Diddy. He been locking women up in rooms, starving them, beating them, holding guns to women's heads. This guy's a megalomaniac. And it's one of those things where it seems like it started out as a friendship. I see how these women think. They see money, house, big cars, mansion, and they're like, oh, hey, how about I be your assistant, and you pay me 4-5 thousand a month? I don't know how much she charging him, but that was the so-called case, and it seemed to have went left. Where once you are in someone's house and you're the assistant, it should be easy, right? But you are under control by this person. He controlled everything she did. He paid her. She was living in his mansion. He took her passport. Took her phone. So she was literally under control by Mr. Soulja Boy. Let's be that Soulja Boy has been ordered to pay 4 million, that's £3 million, to his former assistant who accused him of sexual assault during their relationship. See what I mean? It was an assistant, then it turned into a relationship. You can see how where this went left. The American rapper real name, DeAndre Cortez Way, rose to fame with his debut single Crack That. Oh, that song was so terrible. Since then, the follow-up releases have failed to achieve the same level of critical or commercial success, after which he left his label. You see, with Soulja Boy, he came up in an era where the internet was just starting to build up steam. He was tricking people into listening to his songs. He was changing the name of certain songs on certain websites. So you go to a website and you can download free songs. Let's say at Napster or something like that. And then he will go in there, upload the songs, not the real songs, but it will be his song, and people say, "Oh, this is kind of decent." And that's how you got the traction. So he was ahead of his time. I'll give him that. He was the first to do all that stuff. But since then, it's been downhill from Soulja Boy. He just become like the internet clown, where no one really takes him really seriously. He makes songs. Are they good songs? Not really. Are they classic? Not really. He had like a couple of okay hits here and there, but it's been pretty much downhill. I mean, the days of Soulja Boy being like a hit maker, it's done. I don't think he'll ever come back, especially from this, because this is gonna take a big hit to his career, where people are gonna be looking at him in a certain way, like, what did you do to this woman? So let's read on. Now, the 34-year-old hit the headlines after a civil case saw a jury rule against him. Bam. The woman referred to as Jane Doe in the case sued Way in January 2021. This has been ongoing on for years. She accused him of R-wording her, kidnap her while working as his personal assistant, starting in 2018. Whoa. That's a long time. She claimed that within the first month of employment, Way sent her photos of his... What? Okay, that's a bit odd. So, I'm not going to be on his side, right? I'm going to be neutral, but If you are working for someone and your boss is sending you penis pictures, you're gonna sit down and like, I think he wants something else rather than me just being his assistant. That's just for me. I'm thinking that's odd that she didn't pick up on this and think, this guy sending penis pictures? Okay, I still work for him. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a nice person. I'm just saying that's just the red flags right there. You know, it's just odd. But then I can see that this now. Let's read on. She claimed that okay, and they initiate a romantic relationship that turned violent and toxic. So you was his assistant, and it turned romantic relation. So she just tried to try and worm her way in to this guy's life by perpetrating an assistant job. But really, she trying to get in with him. Okay. When she first tried to quit and leave, he allegedly locked her in a room for 3 days. While she tried to leave again, Way was accused of attacking and avoiding her, as reported by USA Today. She tried to leave. How hard did she try to leave? Did she kick the door down? Was she up in some sort of mansion house, 5th floor? Was there no window? Was she locked in a room with no windows, just a door and a giant padlock on it and a big metal door? Or did Soulja Boy have a gun and said that if you try and leave, I'm gonna shoot you? It's that you could scream for help. You could find the phone, ring 911. I don't know. I don't know the situation because it's been a bit weird. You know, I'm reading on. The rapper denied abusing the woman, saying he never formally hired her, offered her a place to stay in exchange for rolling blunts. Oh my god. Oh dear, these guys are hilarious, man. This is a joke. But I'm gonna be honest, yeah. This reminds me of Kanye West. He had a similar situation where OnlyFans model claimed to be his assistant. Really, you know what I mean? You're thinking like, seriously? An OnlyFans model? And you're Kanye's assistant? So she only assisted in rolling blunts and had a place to stay. This is very shady where it is right now. But she wants to get paid for rolling blunts and living with him. I can see where this guy thought, I could take a bit of advantage here. Because, you know, he's just around. Although he described the relation as consensual, he said it was also contentious. Okay. Throughout the trial, photographs of her bruises and text messages were used as evidence. The latter included threatening texts that included Wade telling the woman, "Should have killed you, you stupid." Okay. Despite this, his lawyer argued that the photographs of the bruises didn't establish the Wade had inflicted them on her, and said the woman was suing him for a payday. Boy, she certainly did get a payday, didn't she? Oh, 4 million. During the closing argument earlier on this week, the woman's lawyers accused the jury of let me read that again. The woman's lawyers asked the jury to award doesn't make any sense. 73.6 million? What? What? That can't be real, right? Or 56 million damage. If you don't believe my client, don't. She ain't getting that, but that's hilarious. I thought so. I'm thinking like, what? That can't be right. You don't believe my client, don't give her $1. But if you do believe her, give her everything lawyer Ron Zambrano said. He R-worded her, he punched her, he kicked her, he cut her, he picked her up, then slammed her, choked her, left bruises from squeezing her arm. He grabbed her head by a mirror and said, "No one will love you." He continued. He pointed a Draco gun, young Draco, at her. He locked her in a room, threatened her family, threatened her family, threatened her, denied her food. Text read out in the jury also included Wade telling her, "I hope you die slow." Boy, this guy, he's the next Diddy. We thought Diddy was bad. Soulja Boy, he's up there, man. God, man. During the trial, the woman said, "I didn't even feel human anymore. I felt like an animal. I wanted to die." Wade denied he ever abused a woman in any way, claiming they bonded during the time together, adding the woman would handle errands for him because he offered her a free place to live, and they struck up a personal relation, but not because she was paid employee, Rolling Stones reported. Meanwhile, Wade's attorney Ricky said of the woman, she wanted to be paid, which is what this case is all about, because it's not about the truth. However, the jury eventually ruled against the rapper, finding him liable for the civil case for claims of intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual assault, harassment, and non-payment of wages. He was cleared of the claims of false imprisonment and constructive discharge. It was reported that he smiled calmly as the verdict was read out. Boy, he must be rich. I'm gonna say he smiled. I guess he ain't facing any prison time. And I think the way this woman's gonna be paid is very slowly. So he'll probably have to, how can I put it, reorganize his finances to have this woman be paid. But she will be paid it, but it'll probably be like years. I remember someone like The Game, when he had something like this happen to him, that woman's gonna get paid, but very slowly. It's like, it ain't gonna be like, here's 4 million, goodbye. Now he's gonna make sure, organize his finances so make himself look like he's poor, has no money coming in, and then he just siphons off money to her little by little. That's how these guys do it when they're found guilty of this stuff. Wade had previously been sued for assault and kidnapping in 2021, and 2 years later was ordered to pay $360,000. She had claimed the rapper had kidnapped her and held a gun to her head at his home after a party. In 2020, another woman came and accused him of assaulting her, alleging that he put a gun to her head and kicked her in the stomach while she was... Boy, this guy has previouses as well, man. It's like, you couldn't say, oh, this one woman was lying and she got money out of him. There's other women coming out with the same thing. So you need to think to yourself, like, either maybe they're lying, or it's one giant conspiracy, man. It's a Diddy conspiracy. Everyone just come out of the woodwork trying to get money from you. When you have money, be very careful of the people who want to hang around with you, because they're always after something. It ain't your friendship. It's to get paid. And then if you're an asshole like him, and you think you can do what you want because you have your money, you will end up losing it very fast. I'm pretty much sure. I remember Soulja Boy. He was in a... We see his finances. He's in a rented mansion. He's renting a mansion. So he has finances which he has to keep living. So I don't think he has the money to pay this woman off. You think Soulja Boy has... Don't look at his net worth on the internet and think this guy has like 15, 20 million. Cause I remember at the height of his fame, they were trying to make this guy to be a billionaire. This guy had bought a private jet, which wasn't true. And you know, you just look at this, all these rumors. Cause this guy was everywhere. You know, people assume you're making everywhere money, but what it is, there's a lot of people being paid to put you everywhere, and that costs money to make you look as big as the next artist. But he was never that rich. His chains, man, you look at the Breakfast Club, his chains sound like pots and pans clicking together, like clink, clink, clink. It's mad. So nah, man, I don't think he has the money, and his career has really slowed down. But seemed like he may have avoided some prison time, so good for him. I'm out anyway. Comments down below.